As we're feeling the vibration of you, and we really want to give this to you, we think it will help you as you focus upon this over the next while and play with it, especially while we're together in these days. You will have a new understanding come forth within you. As you are able to withdraw your attention from comparing your physical experience with other physical beings, and instead, you will think of yourself as a mental being. In other words, our friend that we began with just now, we were talking about the difference between motivating yourself to action and inspiring yourself to action. And those vibrations are worlds apart. When you do something because you should rather than because you are being called toward it, there's a very big difference in the vibrational alignment or misalignment. So, as you see yourself as an individual, and you are able to resist the temptation of comparing yourself to other physical action, and instead you put yourself on a level playing field with everyone else. And we so want you to hear this. And that level playing field is that you are vibration first and foremost. You are a vibrational being. And yes, you are physical flesh, blood, and bone. Certainly you are. And your world reflects that in terms of action. But if you will, just for the days that we are on this cruise, if you will think in terms of being the mental, vibrational being that you are, and you will begin to notice the harmony that you feel or disharmony, the discord or the alignment, the misalignment or the resistance or the allowing. In other words, as you begin to notice what you are doing with your vibration, so that you take yourself just for a little while. We'd like all of you to feel less physical and more vibrational. And as you come round to that, you will begin to feel extremely powerful, because all of your power is in your vibration. Now, are we saying to you that you could be born with what others are calling a disability, and that you could have learned to cope with it and live with it, and that you could be now focused on yourself as a vibrational being, and that you could be living some frustrations that come from the physical limitations and launching rockets of desire, and that the source energy part of you now is walking, the source energy part of you is now living a fully physical experience that you could now catch up with? Well, we are saying that any desire that this life causes you to give birth to, the source energy part of you is now living, and you can get up to speed with it. Are we saying that it is necessary for you to do that in order to have joy? Not at all. What we are saying is that if this life in this body has caused those desires to be launched, and now you don't let the absence of those desires keep you from coming into alignment, then that healing must be. So, but did you hear all of that?
Yes, I did.
In other words, so why did this happen to me? It happened to me because I wanted to determine first and foremost that I am a mental being, that I am a vibrational being. And once I get that, then I can find joy wherever I am. So, Abraham, are you saying that if we will just line up our energy, that we'll get happy and we won't care if the manifestations that we've been asking for don't come? Sounds like that's what we were saying. In other words, just become a mental being and resign yourself to your physical condition and line up your thoughts and feel joy, and now just be a joyful person in a wheelchair. It sounds like that's what we are saying. Well, it is what we're saying, but we're saying, as you are a joyful person in a wheelchair, and little by little you release any resistance. And if this life experience has caused you to desire a physical experience, and that desire is now the leading edge desire and supersedes any intentions that you had coming in, and it does. You are the leading edge extension. Are you hearing that? In other words, some would say, oh, well, from non-physical, I decided that I would go forth and be gay, for example, or live a disability, for example, so that I would be different enough in my physicalness that I couldn't march to the beat of the drummer that everybody else was beating and marching to, so then I would have to be different enough, and in my difference, I could find my true alignment, and when I find my true alignment, that's what it's really all about anyway. And all of that is true, except that you in this physical body are an extension of source energy, and you get from this physical experience, you get to add to anything that you have intended before. In other words, you are the leading edge of this extended thought and intention. You get that? So if this life experience has caused you to want something beyond what you've got, and if you can then put the physicalness aside from it and be the mental being that is finding joy anyway, in that alignment, given this new stuff that's in vibrational escrow, it has to come together for you. It has to. It is law. But we would continue to do as we can feel that you're doing. We would continue to focus upon the positive aspects of what we are living, and we would accept ourselves as primarily the vibrational mental being that we are, and we would let our life for now be about alignment of energy, alignment of energy. We would say that to all of you, alignment of energy, alignment of energy. And as you turn again and again and again and again, thought after thought, subject after subject, and you begin going with the flow rather than resisting it, what begins to happen is you begin to flow toward all of the things that you're wanting. And if improved physical condition is one of them, and we know that it is, you flow toward that too. Our strong encouragement is that you don't bring others in on it. In other words, don't ask them what they think. Don't ask them what they know. Don't ask them to track your progress. In other words, let this be between you, and let it be anything that you and you have decided that you want it to be.